S.H.Figuarts Super Saiyan God Goku, the original release, was one of the first DBZ figures to have the 2.0 body. But does it hold up despite having this outdated mold? Well, the first thing I'd say is Tamashi Nations captured that more slender aesthetic that Super Saiyan God Goku had in his first appearance pretty well. In terms of color, they're definitely more bright and vibrant since this is based on a Battle of Gods appearance. This brings me to the paint. There's paint on this figure to give the sculpt much more depth. However, as much as I talk about it being great to have paint on a figure, give it that more premium quality look, the next step to that is purposeful paint. And what I mean by that is, take for example this figure. It looks like they painted one side of the figure in terms of shading on the pants, and then they said we'll do the other side later. And spoilers, later never came. Anyways, that's just a minor nitpick. I'd say the paint that is here is pretty good, but it would be nice if the whole figure had that shading on it. But, like I said, what's here is good. For accessories, Super Saiyan God Goku comes with 2 fist hands, 2 open palm hands, 2 grabby hands, 2 martial arts pose hands, and 2 karate chop pose hands. For faces, he comes with 1 serious face, 1 yelling face, a smirking face, a grinning with teeth showing face, and done. For articulation, he can look up about that far, down that far, side to side, and tilt, no problem. For arms rotate all the way around, go out to the side, that much. Swivel at the top of the bicep, double jointed elbow. Arms come forward about that far. Going back, his hands can't touch each other at all. For his torso, he crunches forward about that far. He can lean back about that far. Side to side is decent. You get a slight twist in the ab section, and then you get a nice twist at the waist that doesn't break the sculpt. For splits, he can split about that far. He can kick forward that far. He can kick back that far. Double jointed knee works fine. Thigh swivel. Ankle moves down that far, up that far, toe hinge, and you get a decent ankle rocker. Okay, so this striker pose segment is going to be a little bit different since, well, majority of the pictures in this segment this time around I freestyled, except for one picture, and I think I'm going to put that towards the end of this segment. So to start it off, I'll start off with a basic martial arts pose, you know, kind of, and y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, a kung fu-esque pose. I think I take it back to the basics with the posing, because honestly, when I was searching up pictures for Goku in the Super Saiyan God form where he had like these iconic poses, I couldn't really find any. So I was like, you know what? At the heart of it all, Goku is a martial artist. So what I can do is, you know, search up some martial arts poses, and I'm just gonna talk over these pictures real quick until I get like the more heavily edited ones. But yeah, the first 2 pictures are just some calm martial arts poses, and then, you know, we get to Goku, the Goku picture where he is running or zooming. And I took this picture. Now, there's no reason why in particular that I took this picture. I just thought it was something different for Goku. I've never seen anybody take a picture of Goku like this, because why would they? But I thought it'd just be a cool picture to take, and it's dynamic enough. So, at the very least, you know, you can get him in a nice running pose. Next up, something familiar, where we have Goku in the air, about to shoot some type of energy blast. Looks like it could be a Kamehameha. We don't know. And once again, I needed something where it looks like I just took a screenshot from the show, and like I took that one frozen in time frame. But that's pretty much it for this one. It's not like I said before, not a whole lot to say about these, except for the last. No, not even really the last one. But here's the last one. Here we have Goku doing his God binding technique that you see in Dragon Ball Super Broly, and here's like I'll put the put the GIF next to it, and I think it came out pretty fine. The little energy effects on his hands look great, I think, in my opinion. Of course, I did it, so of course I'm gonna big it up. But in all, I don't think this guy struggled too much with getting the poses I wanted to get him in. I think it was just a matter of actually taking the pictures and making sure the pictures themselves look nice. Other than that, this Dragon Ball spec segment was a success, but I will say, remember I made up a lot of these poses, or it's not something that was particularly, iconic from the anime, with the exception of maybe the last one, and I wouldn't really call it iconic, it's just like something that was cool, a cool moment, and less iconic. But with that being said, moving on to height. As for Goku's height, he stands about to the top of his head a little bit over 6 inches, to the top of his forehead about 5.5 inches, and in centimeters that is about 14 centimeters to the top of his forehead, and 16 centimeters before he fell over to the top of his hair. Now for size is next to Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan Broly, Mafex Superman, Marvel Legends Spider-Man, Ultimate Gohan. Okay, so should you pick this figure up? And the answer is yes, but don't break the bank. At the end of the day, this figure is a nice piece. Aesthetically, it has paint, decent. Paint is decent, but I wouldn't want someone to break the bank over getting this figure. And I'm gonna put some prices up in the corner like I usually do with the screen recording. But most of the prices for the Super Saiyan God figure that were on the lower-ish side, which is like $60 to $80 range, were the event-exclusive Super Saiyan God Goku figure, which was from last year. It was supposed to be like a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, but the event ended up calling it just event exclusive for whatever reason instead of specifically SDCC. But anyways, if you're gonna get Super Saiyan God Goku, get that figure. Don't get this one. The reason why I say that is not because of the colors or anything related to aesthetic, because this, as I mentioned earlier in the video, is more accurate to the first appearance aesthetic. The reason why I say don't get this one in particular, which was the original release, is because the original release has gone up, way up in price. That's the whole reason why they probably did that other re-release. Now the thing is, the other re-release, not the other re-release, the re-release that was last year, 2021, was a different color. Like, the oranges definitely had more red in it. The hair was not quite transparent, but it had a transparent-esque look to it. I'll put a picture up so y'all can see what I mean. But yeah, unless you got it like that and you have the money to spend $200 on this particular version of the figure, then have at it. At the end of the day, I can't tell you how to spend your money, but I'm recommending that maybe you get the other variation of Super Saiyan God Goku, which was released last year. But typically, even beyond all of that, I would say just wait for them to update the sculpt work and the engineering for the articulation. But who knows when they'll revisit this form again in terms of making an updated figure. It'll probably be a while before we get there. So either way, with all of that being said, the ratings as usual will be up on the screen. And until next time, BombasticPlastic out.